magic is an illusion. There aren't that many illusionists, magicians, and conjurers about these days, and those that are around keep their secrets close to their chest. Now you see it, now you don't. There are many different types of magic. There's the type that occurs in daily life. There's the other type, which takes place in grand settings, in front of thousands of admirers. The type of magic that makes people rise from their seats in astonishment. There are the escape artists, who can find a way out of any situation, no matter how unlikely. Then there are the mentalists, those who are able to read other people's minds in a flash. This is the story of an Argentinian magician, a man who worked wonders and won admirers wherever he went during his time in La Liga. Let's go back to the 1990s. A Valencia side featuring Piojo López, Kili González and Flaco Pellegrino are riding high in La Liga and Europe. Thousands of kilometers away, another kid, one among many, falls in love with a team which stars so many of his fellow countrymen. In a poor district in Rosario, Argentina, a young Eber was thrilled by what he was watching and dreamt that he would one day captain a team in the best league in the world. He dreamt of reaching the dizzy heights in Europe and winning trophies. The game ended, he went out into the street to play football. It wasn't far from the street to the pitch where he bumped into a certain Leo Messi, who was playing for a rival team. Sometimes, dreams really do come true.
I used to watch Spanish games on the television with my father because it's the best league in the world. Pablo Aimar was at Valencia when I first arrived there. Then there were players like Claudio Lopez and Roberto Ayala. It was fantastic coming to Valencia, especially because they just won so many important trophies. It was in December. A few places up in the table and also win the Copa del Rey, beating Barca in the semi-finals along the way. I was very pleased because winning a trophy like that just after joining a new club is very exciting, especially for a young player like I was. It was great working with so many experienced players.
Once you've connected with Eber, you realize he's an emotional type and a great person. I can't speak highly enough of him. Over the course of our careers, the professional relationship between us has, at times, been like that of a father and son.
I first met Unai Emery when I returned from the Olympics. I came back to Valencia and he said he thought the best thing would be if I found another team where I could get playing time and find my rhythm and then come back after a year. It seemed like a good idea. I was young and I needed experience.
At 20 years of age, Ever obviously needed time to adapt to Spanish football. He's a different player now to the one he was when he arrived.
The chance to go to Atletico Madrid came about. So I went there, and I was lucky enough to play a lot of games and get loads of experience. But right from the start, Unai had made his intentions very clear to me. Atletico qualified for the Champions League that year. They had a great team with some quality players. I still keep in touch with a lot of them. Going to Atletico was a big step forward. They were a big club, but I was at an age where I didn't feel that pressure. I just loved playing, so I had a great time there. My first goal in Spain was for Atletico against Numancia. I remember it clearly, and it's a great memory. I came on in the second half. The ball was played through to Forlan out on the left. I saw a space and I ran into it. He slipped it through to me. I controlled, I held off a defender, set it up with my right foot and hit it with my left. I meant to shoot low, but it went high. It doesn't matter, it went in. It's a great memory. That's when I came back. After my experience at Atletico, I returned for pre-season and everything went well. That was the year in which I played the most games under Unai. I remember I played more than 40 times.
I remember that pre-season really well. It was my second year with Valencia. He was in amazing form. He utterly captivated me. He was so motivated and ready for any eventuality. His abilities made me think he should be the heart of the team, and to a certain degree, he should determine our style of play.
Obviously, I was still young, so he kept working with me, showing me videos, showing me a lot of situations and a lot of moves. He taught me how to keep working and keep correcting mistakes. That's how I learned, and as the years went by, I realized just how much I owe him.
A player like Banega is really important to a team because he's the link. When your team's in possession, you find the ball naturally goes through him. He's the ideal link-up man. On top of that, his timing is perfect. It's an innate talent. He knows exactly when to make a pass or start an attack. But just like any other person, things can go wrong, like that famous incident. We were playing away against Barcelona and he couldn't make the trip because he was carrying a minor injury. That's when he had that accident with the car. He's a special player and special things happened to him. He fractured his tibia and fibula. It was dreadful news for us because he was really an important player. What's more, we weren't sure if he was able to recover 100%, if he'd be able to go back to being the player he was.
The accident was really bad luck. It took a while to recover from it, but after 8 months I was playing again and I forgot all about it. What mattered to me was getting over that injury and getting back to playing. I didn't dwell on what had happened.
Unai Emery left Mestalla at the end of the 2011-2012 season. Banega had now recovered from serious injury and after the departure of Juan Mata, wore the number 10 shirt. It looked as though he was going to become the undisputed leader of the team. But then came a period of sporting instability. 6 coaches in 2 campaigns, and more injuries. The Argentinian finally went out on loan to his beloved Newell's Old Boys, where he was at last able to play as a professional. It seemed unlikely he would return to Valencia, but one phone call changed everything.
I went to Newell's Old Boys and played some 20 games there. I was there for about 4 months. Then when I was at Newell's, Unai Emery rang. I was finishing my loan there when Unai called and asked if I was going to stay on at Valencia, as he knew I was contractually obliged to return. I told him I was coming back, but I wanted to leave the club. He said he was at Sevilla and he'd like to sign me. I asked for a few days to talk it over with my agent, and we immediately agreed. Then, when I returned, we sorted everything out.
I did everything I could to bring him to Sevilla. I thought it was the ideal club for him and that his style of football will go down really well with the fans.
He knows me. He knew what I could bring to the team. And he also made it clear that if I came to Sevilla, he'd give me all the help I needed.
Emery asked for a player with a Banega-type profile. In the end, we thought instead of someone like Banega, just bring him back. It was a difficult summer. Negotiations went one way and then another, but in the end, we managed it.
We talked about Banega, and I said, Monchi, if that player comes to the Sánchez Pizjuán and pulls off a couple of his trademark moves, the fans are going to be off their seats. And that's what happened. What's more, right after he arrived, I said to him, Ever, there are players that will get more games before you, but I believe in you, and I want you to be patient and gradually gain respect. You've got my respect, now you need to earn everyone else's respect. In the first game, he played 12 minutes in Córdoba. I think we got a taste of things to come. He looked like he'd make the difference, that he was going to achieve great things and give everything he had.
I knew it wouldn't be easy to replace a great player like Ivan Rakitic, but I wanted to do my job. I wanted to show I was worth Sevilla's investment in me. And fortunately, everything worked out. People here in Seville are very supportive. It's also important for a player that the coach believes in him and gives him opportunities. That's how you get confidence. After that, things start to work out. Things are much easier and you get into the rhythm and start to enjoy yourself. When we played knockout games at home in the Europa League, it was incredible. Every team we hosted could have beaten us, but we won every single game. It's rare that I've seen such a great connection between the fans, the coaching staff and the players. It was something you could feel, you could cut the air with it.
When the pressure's on, he's one of those players who says, give me the ball. There aren't many footballers who behave like that, who take responsibility when the going gets tough. That's what he did. I knew in the high-stakes games, in the real battles, the most demanding matches, he wouldn't let me down. Because mentally he's really strong, and because he had a lot of confidence and knew what he was doing.
The season I arrived, Sevilla won their second Europa League, and that made me feel certain this was my place. The following year we won it again. I couldn't believe it. Unai had just won the Europa League. I think 3 trophies in a row tells you everything you need to know about him. He made me want to win more, to keep competing. Every game was a final for us. That's part of Unai's game. He treats every match as a final, and that means every player is highly motivated coming into it. Then I said goodbye and left for Italy. Those years were incredible, though. I remember all the fans in the streets, celebrating the trophies. It was quite a sight.
He thought that Inter were a step forward both professionally and financially. He was very honest, something I've always admired. I remember he came into my office and said, Coach, I've just signed for Inter. I'll be playing for them next season. He'd also told Monchi the news.
I felt that I needed to do it like that because people here had always respected me. I thought, I'll grab the microphone and tell the truth. They'll either applaud me or criticize me. I'll always be honest with Sevilla and their fans, though. I'm a little sad, but in life you've got to make decisions. I'm grateful to Monchi, to Unai, to all my teammates. I'll be grateful to them all my life, and hopefully one of these days I'll pass by here again. When I went to Italy, I got quite a few games at the start. But then when I wasn't playing so much, I immediately felt like coming back. I didn't regret my decision, but I knew I had a chance of returning to Sevilla, and that's what I wanted to do. I think that the two of us, my wife and I, both really wanted to come back. That's why it happened so quickly. Here the people admire you for what you've done on the pitch. That's obvious. It's not just a question of playing well, though. You've got to give your all. Go for every ball and try and cut a pass off, press the opposition. The fans love that. That's the sort of team this is. I always say there are no stars here, we're all equal. It's all for one and one for all. The derby is thrilling and passionate. There are lots of big derbies around the world, but this one is special. It's the best derby around. If you win it, it's incredible. I've been lucky enough to play in quite a few of them, and I've won more times than I've lost.
Whistle goes. Campos makes absolutely no mistake. It's 1-0 to Sevilla in the derby. Jordan whips it in. It's a neat little backheel and the ball in the back of the net. It's 2-0 to Sevilla. Fernando with the goal. The defence of 6s and 7s. It's a set piece to double the lead. Soufidal with the look on his face of massive disappointment. And Sevilla break through again.
I think for quite a while now, people have considered Ever to be a very talented footballer. But at the top level, talent is no use without the right mentality. He combines the two, a great footballing talent with a very competitive mentality. My first impressions were those I'd instinctively thought. He's definitely one of the most competitive players I've ever come across.
He's very different. He's one of those players who thinks before he gets the ball. He's technically gifted, a great teammate, always in a good mood, and always keen to work. He's very humble with it as well.
It took a while for us to get to know each other. They ignored me when I first arrived. They didn't invite me to drink mate with them. They were fooling around, it was a rite of passage type thing. But after that we got on like a house on fire, and it's been like that right up to now.
I had a great time with the likes of Mudo Vázquez, Lucas Ocampos, and some other teammates too. There are always a lot of new players, and it's been great getting to know them and share the daily routine with them. I'm going to have some fond memories of everyone here. I've really enjoyed myself. We just talked about the game, which was a tough one, and about how hot it was, things like that. We always end up talking about how our families, our wife and children are getting on. And it always ends up being a long chat. We talk a bit about everything, like two kids anywhere who are mates and who get together for a chat. He asked me when I was leaving, and I said, when La Liga ended. He wished me the best, and for one last time, I asked him for his shirt, because this is the last one I'll ever have from him. It's great meeting up with him. I really admire his humility. We hardly ever see each other, but when we do, we talk as if we've been in touch the whole time. I'm leaving because I need new challenges. I've been at Sevilla for 5 years. I feel like I've given the club all I have to give, and now I want to say goodbye in the best possible way.
He's won the respect of all Sevilla fans with his performances and determination, and more than anything, his honesty. Just look at the time when he left for Inter and then returned, and now he's about to go off to Saudi Arabia. He's always been honest with everyone.
I'll always be pleased about the way we processed his two departures, neither of which was easy, because the contracts were complex. But both deals went smoothly, and that tells you the sort of person he is.
I think he had a great season. He helped us a lot. I'm very pleased with him in the team. It's a shame he's leaving.
With the penalty kick to make it 2-0, he does, slamming the ball home as Reina dives to his left.
Without a doubt, I've spent the best years of my career here. It's where I felt most at home, where I've been shown a lot of affection, and where I've always enjoyed myself the most. I'd like to thank everyone for the wonderful time I've had here. My family and I have been so well looked after. I'm going to miss it, but of course I'll keep coming to matches. Only this time, I'll just be another fan.
After 12 seasons, Ever Banega is finally leaving La Liga Santander. All in all, he's made 315 appearances in the Spanish Championship, 136 appearances for Valencia, 24 in his loan season with Atlético de Madrid, and finally 155 in his two loan spells with Sevilla, where he made a deep and lasting impression. He's now 7th in the list of foreign players to have played the most games for the Andalusian outfit. He found stability and a settled environment at Sevilla and really matured as a footballer. He spent his best years in Sevilla, both on a sporting and personal level. There, he hit the dizzy heights. He leaves as a legend. Everyone is going to miss him. In football terms, I think Ever is one of the most talented and versatile players I've come across in all my time as sporting director.
We wish him all the very best, but of course we're going to miss having a player of his quality in our ranks.
He's an extraordinary player. He's won a lot of things. He's played for a lot of clubs and always shown his quality. The fact is, both me and lots of others here are really going to miss him.
I'll always remember playing alongside a great footballer and a great person. It's something that will stay with me forever.
Ever, I have a lot of affection for you on both a personal and footballing level. I wish you all the best with your career and congratulate you for all you've achieved with the clubs you've played for. A great big hug and all the luck in the world. I hope we meet up very soon.